North Carolina wins the national championship third time in a dozen years. A 9-2 run to close out the game last night against Gonzaga. Yep, they got a couple breaks with some calls, but it was not a well-officiated game overall. Joel Berry comes up huge, most outstanding player of the tournament with 22 points, 6 assists in the game. Roy Williams gets another title. He passes Dean Smith for most titles in North Carolina history. Tar Heels get their 6th overall, 3rd for Old Roy. And the coach and some of his star players met the media. A jubilant bunch, I would say, after the game as they won the national championship last night.
The crazy thing is I looked up at the score while we were all celebrating. It was 71-65. In 1991, before these guys were even born, I think I lost the national championship game to Duke 72-65. So it's a lot sweeter tonight, to say the least. But I have nothing but great things to say about Mark Few and the Gonzaga team. They had an unbelievable year, but we made some plays down the stretch. There's nobody in coaching that I have more respect for than Mark. He's a young man that I've tried to talk with, and we've enjoyed each other's company and watching them on tape and looking at the stat columns and how they were significantly better than us in several categories. But they had a great run. I told the guys in the locker room 2005 when Sean May was playing, the team that we beat in the national championship game was 37-1, and that was Illinois. And tonight we got Gonzaga when they were 37-1. So for us, it's a fantastic feeling. At half, I was really mad because we didn't handle the clock very well at the end of the first half, and I thought we weren't very intelligent, and I do think we're a smart team. And I jumped on them at the first of the half, told the staff I was going to, but I was going to try to give them something at the end. And so I tried to be a little more positive, and I told them last year we were ahead at halftime. And the other team came out more focused than we did, so it was our job to come out more focused than Gonzaga. We got off to a good start, and then, it goes back and forth. And with 3 minutes to play, we have the timeout. I think it's 3:08, but I'm not sure. And I said, if you had told us that we were going to be in this situation the first day of school, meeting at my house, we would have all taken it. And that's all Roy Williams did. I didn't do one other daggum thing, but these guys made big-time plays. Theo was all over the board getting loose balls. Joel made a couple of big baskets. Isaiah, my boy's been struggling like a dog. But tonight he looked like a greyhound there a couple times at the end. But I told him this morning, your last high school game, you won a state championship, and he had like 34 points, 30 rebounds. I told him I would take that tonight. He didn't really give that to us, but he was big for us and made a couple of big baskets down the stretch. At the end, when you're watching your kids jump around and the excitement, the thrill they have, there's no better feeling in the world as a coach. Thank you.
Let's take questions first for the student athletes. We'll start in the center toward the right. Pat.
For Isaiah, how did you avoid losing your confidence given the struggles you went through and just make yourself still be ready to make the plays at the end here?
Everybody still had, faith in me. Everybody was always encouraging me. And, I felt like, I was always trying. I feel like, when you try, good things eventually is going to happen. That's all I was doing.
Continuing with questions for the student athletes, let's go to the second row. Jeff.
I got one for Roy, so throw it back there if you want.
Okay, let's go to the row right behind in the third row.
Brett Friedlander, North State Journal. Joel, you've had the ankle problems, and you said that you weren't getting lift on your jumper. Did you make any adjustments tonight, or was it just gritting it out and making shots?
Yeah, I think it was a little of just gritting it out. And but I said that when we were done with warm-ups, I was running to the bench, and we do our regular handshakes with our coaches, and I ran by coach, and he told me, just use your legs. And every time I took a jump shot, I just tried to use my legs. And some of them were short, but the ones that we needed went in. And
that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And so it was a little bit of, myself, and then, just my coaches and my teammates helping me out.
Next question's in the front row, Steve.
Hi, Steve Futterman from CBS News. I want to ask the players, Theo, Joel, Isaiah. I'm guessing, Theo, you're going to change your screensaver now on your computer. But could you talk about the three of you when the moment came, when you knew you had won, when it was over and you knew you were national champions, especially after last year? What was going through your heart and mind? Can I start with Theo, then Joel, and then Isaiah?
Definitely going to change my screensaver on my phone now. I can do that. I don't think anybody can really explain that feeling. I mean, I know pretty much everybody that was on the floor was tearing up with those 7 seconds left. It was so hard to keep yourself together because you knew you was that close, and it's a feeling that you'll never forget. Just seeing everybody on the team just so excited that we're finally here in this moment. We did it, and that's something I'll never forget, and I love these guys to death.
Joel.
Yeah, when Kennedy blocked that shot and I grabbed the ball and threw it to Justin, I immediately almost started crying, and then Kennedy got another steal, and I went and found the ball, and I got fouled. And we were just sitting there. I don't know why, but all of a sudden the ref came up to me and said, "Your coach wants to know if you want a timeout." And I said, "Yes." And I went up to coach and I just hugged him. I told him, I'm about to cry. And he just told me, "You know what, just go up there and just knock your free throws in." And I know I missed the first one, but tried to focus in on that second one. But I mean, it's just an unbelievable feeling, and it's what we worked for, and the ups and downs that we've had, it's all worth it. And I mean, I can't even describe my feeling right now, but I'm just glad that I was able to do something with this team, because I felt like just the personality and what we went through, and I think we just deserved it. So,
Isaiah.
You know, once I seen Kennedy block the shot, you know, we was only up, I think, by 5. You know, play was still going on. I had my hands in the air, you know, teared. I really couldn't see nothing. And next thing you know, I seen Kennedy steal it, and you know, I think I almost lost it. And it's just, you know, the way to go out, you know, as a senior, you know, knowing this is my last college game no matter what, you know, and, you know, it's complete 180 from last year. You know, I feel like, you know, this is where, you know, what we worked for, and, you know, it was finally here. You know, it's hard to describe it. You know, it was so surreal, and, you know, I had to pinch myself, you know, one time, you know, couldn't believe it.
In the center section, Nancy.
Nancy Armour, USA Today. Isaiah, you and Kennedy both were playing with 4 fouls right here for a large chunk of the end of the second half. How difficult was that, and how much did that affect the flow and the pace of the game for you guys?
You know, it didn't affect nothing for me. I know when I picked up my third, I looked at coach and gave him a thumbs up, like, you know, I'm good. You know, just leave me in.